Hi guys, today's lesson is over slope intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. All right, you're going to be seeing a lot of this from here on out, so it's going to be really important that you get comfortable with this equation here, y equals mx plus b, or slope intercept form as it's called here. All right, most of the equations that you're going to see in this course are going to be written in this form with your straight lines there that you're working on in class. All right. So if you're wondering here, well, what does each letter stand for? Try to think back to some of the equations that you've already seen in class, and I bet you can make some connections for it. I'm going to tell you what each letter stands for and then kind of show you how it works here, all right? So what does each letter stand for? Well, the y here in the equation is just a variable. It's an unknown, all right? And we'll be dealing more with y here later on in the course. The ones that we're going to factor, the letter that we're going to focus on a lot here coming up here is M. And I don't know if you've noticed here, and we'll give you an example here in a little bit, but M is always your slope, your growth factor, or your rate, okay? That's what the M stands for there, okay? X is your variable. It's kind of like y. We don't know what it is there quite yet. All right. And b in the equation y equals mx plus b is your y-intercept. All right. So let's take a look at an example here. If you guys had the equation y equals 4x plus 5, you're able to identify this straight line here, and you're able to identify what the slope and the y-intercept would be. Again, my y-intercept is m. Well, if I look at m is in front of x there, okay? And the number in front of x is my slope. So if I'm looking right here, my slope here I see is 4, all right? Not 4x, x is my variable. My slope is 4, all right? And I see now that 5 is my b right up here, which is my y-intercept, all right? The point 0.05 is my y-intercept, okay? All right, if we're taking a look at another example here, let's take a look at the equation y equals negative 3x plus 7. Again, I know y and x are my variables. They're unknown. What I do know, though, is the number in front of x is my slope, all right? That would be m in the equation y equals mx plus b. So I see here that my slope is negative 3. I got to pay attention to the sign in front of the number. All right, notice how I'm not including x with my slope here because x is a variable. All right, and I see now negative 3x plus 7, the point 0.7 is my y-intercept. All right, and I just abbreviated that there. Okay, all right, here is the next equation, y equals 5 minus 2x. Would you go ahead and would you try to write down what you think the slope and the y-intercept is in this equation here? All right, after pausing that and finding the y-intercept and the slope, you'll see here that it's written in a different order than maybe what you're used to, okay? If you like it where you see the x right after the equal sign, that is perfectly fine. You can go ahead and move the order here a little bit. All right. So if you don't like it written like so, I could write it y equals negative 2x plus 5. All right. And again, I'll put the y equals sign there. All right. Y equals negative 2x plus 5. All I did was I rewrote it to make it look like our examples from above. But let's just say you can still identify the slope even if it's not written like you've seen the examples before. You can find the slope and the y-intercept. Again, my slope is just the number in front of x. Well, I see right here that my number in front of x is 2, but I also got to pay attention to the sign in front of the 2 there, which is a minus sign or a negative sign. So we're going to say our slope is negative 2, all right? And then my b here, in this case, is 5, which is my y-intercept, the 0.05, all right? So again, even if it's written like so, where the y-intercept is the first thing you see after the equal sign, and the slope is what you see next, it is still in slope intercept form here, and I can identify my slope and my y-intercept, okay? Just be aware of this. It's going to be important that you get to know and understand slope intercept form. Thank you.